And welcome back. Again, this is Quan 3217, continuing the pre-assembly of Twilight 2.0. And research on the internet has revealed that these two plastic brackets are in fact supposed to come off. And closer inspection on them looks like they are designed for a different kind of heat sink that would use these little hooks right here to hold on, whereas the stock heat sink has screws that go directly into the motherboard. So screw adapter is great. So we don't need that part. So we have engaged all of these screws. So we're going to go ahead and tighten them all down a bit more. We're not going to actually wrench any of them, but we're going to get them just snug and tight. And there we go. So we'll ground ourselves again and have a look at our handiwork. So I think that for looks, but we'll worry about this later, since the board is going to be installed vertically, I think that we're going to detach and rotate this fan so that the logo is on top. So with the processor and heatsink installed, our next thing to do is to get some power into it. And by power, I mean memory, of course. So we pop open this frustration-free case. And there we go, G-Skill Ripjaws 3600 with CLs 18, 22, 22, 42. Intel XMP 2.0 ready, which doesn't matter a hill of beans for us because we are using AMD. So come on out. Come on, you know you wanna. One stick. Two stick. One stick, two stick, red stick, blue stick. Now, as I pointed out before, when you're using dual channel memory, you want to put a stick into, and if you have two sticks and you want to put each stick into an opposite channel. And on this motherboard, the channels of the same color are the same color, or the channels are the same color. So the slots for the channels are the same color. So we're going to use, because it's a little bit more convenient to get to, we're going to use slots 1 and 3. Let's make sure that we believe what we just spewed out of our mouths. Check the Gigabyte manual. And it says indeed that we want 1 and 2. So yeah, because 1 and 3 are both on channel B. So we want 1 and 2. So we want the two that are the same color. So we were going to use the two gray ones, which is actually a little bit better than I was hoping, or better than I thought a minute ago when I saw that I'm going to put two of them close together and none of them far apart. So we're going to have two sticks in here, and each one is going to be separated by a small amount of space. It's going to be separated by one slot, in fact. So we gently push it into place and pop and pop. There's one. Take the other stick, same orientation, and I should have done this one first so as to have more space. Properly lined up. And push, 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 push. Pop. And pop. And with that, the motherboard's assembled. And I say that even though there's no graphics card or anything else in this, because it has This is an AMD Ryzen 3 3200G, which is a weird part because its part number claims it to be in the 3000 series, but it is in fact a Zen Plus instead of a Zen 2, which means that it's actually a 2000 series CPU. But a 3200G is a 2000 series CPU with integrated Vega graphics. Yeah. We don't particularly care about graphics. The only reason we care about the graphics at all is because we're going to upgrade that too. But the budget does not allow us to get all the parts of the computer at the same time. And that's in general the strategy for Twilight 2.0. As I've discussed previously a little bit, that we're just getting a bare bones, basic computer that can be upgraded. And I anticipate every part that I've gotten today will be replaced over the life of Twilight 2.0. And the only reason I haven't done that with Twilight 1.0 is, like I said, the DDR4 thing. Now, today is December 26, 2020. And if you look at the calendar of computer upgrades, you see that it's possible, maybe even likely, that DDR5 is coming up. And so we might not get as much upgradability out of this doodad as we had hoped, but you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. So this is the case that it's going into, and I think we're going to have to pull the backside off of it as well. It's an old case. No, it's a new case with an old computer inside of it. This is an AMD Athlon bulldozer, I think. It's the one that meant that I was qualified for like a 79-cent gift certificate at the AMD coffee shop or something like that because of that one class action lawsuit. I didn't even bother with it. So we'll get the backside off so we can expose all the ugly cable management. And let's see. So we're going to pull out all of the front panel stuff, front panel USB, all the doodads, all the thingamabobs. The gadgets and the gizmos aplenty. Come on. And this thing does not wish to come out. Come on. Ah. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, there's that. And there's that. We have a button on this motherboard. That would be totally convenient. But it looks like no. Doesn't matter. I mean, you get what you get. You get what you pay for when you're buying a $75 motherboard. It's intended to be replaced. So. Oh no, this is, what are you? Okay, there's the power. You need more power, Captain. You can't take much more of this. So, because of the way this is all wired, we will go in the back. So, It's only going to fit one way because it's full of Murphy keys. And in you go. And it's in. I'll consider doing that first next time. Now, this thing has an 8-pin connector on it. And the power supply does not appear to have any 8-pin connectors. Which might be an issue. Well, we're going to go check and we're going to go do some research and come back here in a moment and see if we need any of these. Oh, there's the 8-pin connector. Found it. As always, inconveniently located in the most inconvenient spot possible. But yeah, it's this wire right here. There's cable managed around the back. And so there it is. Now it might be easier to just pull this motherboard out completely already. Let's see if we can get at it that way. Now, what did you do with my screwdriver? Did you hide it? Where did you put it? I just had it. Someone stole my screwdriver. There it is. Go ahead and pull out the old heat sink, old radiator in this dude. Get that out of the way. And this computer that I'm replacing with, while even older than Twilight, it is functional except for this cooler, which is no longer keeping it cool. So if it was replaced even with an air cooler, it probably could fire right back up. But we don't need it because the old Twilight 1.0 is going to become Omaikane. Yeah, a bit of a naming convention. There's an old anime from the 90s called Martian Successor Nadesco, and it featured the ship's computer for the Nadesco was called Omaikane, which is Japanese for heavy bell. I don't know why they called it that, but it doesn't matter. The whole point was, though, is that it was the main big computer, and of course the main big computer in the house has to have a big computer name for it. So it became Omaikane. And Omaikane, until I change my mind, will always be the main file server in the house. So Omaikane, currently Omaikane and Twilight share a body, and Twilight is my permanent until I decide otherwise name for my desktop computer. And currently Omoikane and Twilight share a body. They share a motherboard, but the same computer is both doing desktop duty and file server duty while sitting under my desk. So one of the things in this project is that we're going to split the bodies of these two and get Omoikane back into its own box and Twilight back into its own box. Yeah, we gotta undo every single screw in old Omoikane. And I don't remember. Okay, I think I remember now. This is, we're going to find some AMD part in this, but it's an AM3 Plus. So I think it's something like an Athlon 64 or an Athlon FX or some such thing like that. Pre-Ryzen computer. And this heatsink does not want to let go. Come on. Get out of there. All of this just to get to the 8-pin connector for the CPU power. Anyone out there? It says I have one viewer, but I suspect that one viewer is me. So if you're out there, speak up. You go ahead and put something in the chat. What I'm especially interested in is how you would have found me, because I didn't do anything. I'm a nobody, and I didn't do anything to publicize this. So. Yeah, last night I was watching the new Disney Pixar movie Soul, and I know it's not my favorite. I'm not even sure if I like it or not, but it's definitely thought-provoking, at least on the first watch. So, and it was a free Disney Plus, so we went ahead and we watched that one. And so, my spoiler-free review is there. I don't have one. So. What the heck are you? No, it doesn't even matter. But I got the heatsink and radiator and fan all disconnected. I'm probably going to keep that fan in this case. And then got 2 more screws holding the board in. So, come on out, Omoikane. Who's still holding on? 1 more screw. Okay. So now with that all out, I should be able to gently no, do not go gently into that. Good night. Come on. Yeah, so this motherboard is in here dangling by its 8-pin power connector. Anyway. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay. You off to the side there. Haha. The old stuff was still interesting. 8 gigabyte. The old memory was 1600 megahertz with timings of 99924. Makes you wonder if DDR4 was even really a step up. Okay, with the 8-pin connector now available, and that's going to be in the inconvenient spot in the new computer too. So, in fact, it's going to be even doubly inconvenient. It's the clip is upside down from where it was on the other board. So the wire is trained wrong. I have to unplug these anyway to get it into the case here in a minute. Okay, so power is connected to the motherboard. We're going to pull an HDMI out of one of these monitors on the desk that I'm using. Which one of you is HDMI? I hope it's you. I hope it's you. No, that's DisplayPort. And this one has a rinky-dink, super short HDMI. So we're going to pause for a moment and come back and give the people what they want again. So, like I actually know it. So, mousey, mousey, mouse.